a lot of times the teaching is taken in such a way that there's the form and the formless. Okay, that there's the pure presence or pure awareness, and then there's manifestation or content. And then in the beginning we were saying, okay, well, how can that be? It's just got to be the content is pure awareness. But I mean, what I'm saying is this kind of a teaching sets up a preference, or it says like, shouldn't I be hanging out in pure awareness and not hanging out in content, you know? And but that's still not getting that it's the same thing, no. You know, that there's no preference, because the preference just kind of like means something to reject and something to grasp for, and the grasping is all of suffering. Yeah. I don't know.
So Ramana Maharshi, he said, there's that lovely quote. I think it was Ramana Maharshi. Maybe he was quoting someone else, but it was, you know, the world is illusory. Brahman alone is real. Brahman is the world. On some level, you know, you begin by recognizing that in some way the world is a problem. The world of passing form is a problem. You know, it's impermanent. It's impermanent. Everything's impermanent. So, you know, there can be, oh my God, everything's impermanent. So I need to find something permanent behind the impermanent. So then we might get attracted to these spiritual teachings, you know, that tell us to abide in find the awareness behind the world, find the awareness behind content, find the emptiness, find the peaceful presence behind everything and dwell there. And that, you know what, that's and that can be really helpful to a person who's looking for peace, you know. And I know in years ago, you know, my life had become such a misery that you know, thank God that I found these books that taught me to be present, that taught me to find the presence, find the awareness, you know, pull back into awareness, because, you know, my life as it was, you know, had become an absolute hell, and it had become unlivable. And, you know, it was an amazing discovery at the time, you know, to find this peaceful place, this peaceful place devoid of content, behind the world of suffering, behind the world of impermanence, and it, at the time, it felt very peaceful. It felt very it was a relief. It was a massive relief, and for a while, yeah, you know, I dwelt in the emptiness. But of course, you know, what I couldn't see back then was that it's like there was still someone there separate from life, you know. And you're right, it was a subtle rejection or denial of, well, actually I wouldn't say subtle at all. It was a rejection, it was a denial of form, it was a denial of content. And it's like there was still someone there doing that rejection, although at the time, this was back then, that's when I thought that I was enlightened, because I was dwelling in the formless, you know, stabilized, whatever you want to call it, in the absolute. But, you know, if I'm honest, it was a very dull, dead place. Or that's what it became anyway. It was, yes, it was very peaceful, but it was very detached. It was very detached. And I think a lot of people get stuck there. And this is, you know, I quoted Ramana Maharshi before. The world is illusory. Brahman alone is real. So there's a recognition that, you know, the world is illusory. So I'm going to pull back into Brahman, into the absolute, into awareness, into the emptiness, into the void. I mean, there's so many words, you know, and I'm going to dwell there because that's what I think non-duality is all about. I'll dwell there in the I'm no one, nothing happening, no this, no that, no choice, no this, nothing. And that's only half the story. That's only half the story. You know? And as the third part is, Brahman is the world. It is the world. That formless, the emptiness, that it is the world. Awareness is contents of awareness. Consciousness is everything. So
Brahman is the world. It means Brahman is form too. Brahman is form.
Exactly.
Actually.
So
yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean? I mean, that could become another fancy belief system, that emptiness is form, awareness is content of awareness. So we could go around believing that. What does it mean? What does it mean? What's it pointing to? I'll tell you what it's pointing to. It's pointing to this.